Oh, there we go. That took a while. Hey, Darren, Scott, Steve. Yeah, I started to go live about 30 seconds ago and it just hung and it just waiting and waiting and waiting. So don't be surprised if YouTube hangs up in the middle of the show tonight again and we have to reset it. The joys. And let's see. I guess it's almost 7, or is it? It is 7. Actually, it's 13 seconds after 7, so we better get moving. Oh, my hair is horrible. Good evening, everybody. This is Laird VE3LKS, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the COVID-19 Rag Chew. We're on week 8 and Wednesday night edition, and hoping everyone's having a good day. A nice sunny day, but it was a bit on the chilly side. Not the most ideal to be outside, but as long as you were just walking, and maybe it wasn't too bad, but not good for doing any gardening, that's for sure. Anyways, at this time, I will take a standby, and if anybody would like to check in with the Rag Chew this evening, now's your opportunity. Again, this is Laird, VE3LKS.
Victor Delta, Charlie Echo. Victor Echo, Charlie Romeo, Uniform, CRU. Victor Echo, 3, Papa, Whiskey, Juliet. PA3, KJI. Victor Alpha 3, Tango Papa Sierra. Victor Echo 3, Victor Golf Juliet.
Okay, I'll tell you what I have so far. I've got VA3 DCE, that's Doug up in Uxbridge. VE3 CRU, Bill over in Whitby. VE3 PWJ Peter, just down the hill from me. VA3 KJI Grant over in the greater Bowmanville area. VA3 TPS up in Fenland Falls. And Joe, VE3 VGJ, also of the greater Bowmanville area. If there's anybody else that would like to check in at this time, now's your opportunity.
VE3 CWR. VE3 WBZ. VE3 SOI.
VA3 BTQ.
VE3 SOA. VE3 IGX. VE3 RPM. VA3 RTV Mobile.
Okay, very good. Well, we had a few more check-in that time, so now we have VE3 CWR Gerard, VA3 WBZ, I think that's William, but I think I typed the call sign in wrong. VE3 SOI, Jimmy, good to have you on this evening. VA3 BTQ Jackie, VE3 SAA Percy, VE3 IGX Cam, VE3 RPN Scott, and VA3 RTV Jeffrey. Anybody else? Okay, Jeffrey, you did report in as mobile. Do you need to go ahead of everybody? Like, are you heading off somewhere where you won't be in touch for very long?
Thank you very much. I'm actually mobile. I've just picked up some dinner from Barnaby's, so I'm just heading home. So, no, I'll just take my turn. And do you have a topic this evening, Led?
Yeah, I think the topic was going to be our favorite entree at Barnaby's. What do you think?
Okay. I'm good for that. Okay, I'll wait my turn. Thanks very much.
I don't have one, but if you have an idea, let me know.
Okay, thanks, and good evening, everybody.
Yeah, and let's see. We online. We have Darren. He's online. NMD. Scotty's online. Steve's online. Oh, Jeff, the Ragnet Bar and Grill is now open. That's good. It's Roadkill Wednesday. Oh, good. So line up, get some of that possum stew and squirrel on a stick, and you name it. So very good. So we'll go all the way back up to the top to Doug. And since I don't have a topic, it's wide open. So it's Roadkill Wednesday at the virtual cafe, and it's wide open Wednesday as far as topics. So whatever you'd like to talk about.
Good evening, Laird. I'll a hot hamburger sandwich, please. Gravy on the sandwich, not on the fries. And I do enjoy that from Barnaby's. It's one of my favorites there. A really special day today. I got out for a walk today. Didn't get run over by bicycle, so I was quite fortunate that way. And now the bad news is it's going to rain for 2 weeks now, so I may not get out again. Anyway, Laird, back to you and enjoying the net already. Have you started?
Yeah, see, Jeffrey may have started something there. Maybe we don't have to limit it to just Barnaby's. Maybe you can tell us what your favorite go-to meal is during COVID for takeout. And it doesn't matter where it is, and just tell us. I guess you can tell us where it is and tell us what it is, and that way it may give us more options to get out and get dining once in a while. Excellent. Very good, Doug. And yeah, no gravy on. I can almost order that for you when we meet there on Tuesday nights. VE3 CRU Bill.
Okay, VE3CRU here. I've got 3 items. First, where is Barnaby's? Second, on a serious note, I watched the repatriation ceremonies this afternoon on TV. I did not go down to the highway. And it is very meaningful to me because for 5 years, my oldest son, who was a licensed funeral director, drove the funeral hearses from Trenton Air Base to the coroner's office in downtown Toronto. And to further local involvement, the lead OPP cruiser in the procession was driven by Staff Sergeant Harry Carrigan of the OPP detachment, who was also very big in the military, and Harry did 62 repatriation runs before he took retirement, then switched into his military uniform and drove the lead limousine from then until his premature death 3 years after retirement. And as I say, I remember Harry well. Now, on the third item, and something a lot more joyful, I gave out a link that some managed to pick up on. I don't know, hopefully got transferred to others, including Laird, and it had some special meanings with respect to what we're doing here, and I wondered if we had picked up, read between the lines on that, and what others thought of that article. So with that, back to you, Ed.
Yes, it was interesting. Steve sent me the URL last night, and Joe sent it to me as well. So yeah, it was. It's as I replied to both of those guys. It's nice to see amateur radio getting some positive media. Although we usually don't get negative media, but it's just nice to see amateur radio getting some recognition. And who knows? Maybe it'll start to pick up. It'll tweak some people's minds and. Start picking up in popularity again too. So I'm not sure what you mean by reading between the lines, but that's what I got out of the deal anyways. And it was really quite interesting, even though it was, believe it was in England, but very good. I know there's been a couple of stories like this. I think there was one out in BC too. So yeah, everyone's doing their part to try to make this COVID-19 more livable. And so anything we can do to do that, it's fun, you know, and it gives us all a chance just to chat with someone different than who we may else we may be with in the house all the day, or some of us may not have anybody else around to chat with. So it's fun. So it's always a fun evening. VE3 PWJ Peter.
Well, good evening, Laird, and all you good folks on the net there tonight. We were at Costco this morning. My one favorite spot, Laird. And then we went up and had fish and chips takeout at Churchill's up on Taunton Road. So that's what we would sort of up to the day. We were doing a few little jobs around here. I had to fix one of my antennas that I had ordered. They send them in the mail and they bend them all up. So I went and did some work on that and straightened it all up. So get some more beans, Laird, and we'll talk to you farther down.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I think I've been up to Churchill's, I think once or twice. I think it's up there in the plaza right by Giant Tiger, isn't it?
Roger, Laird.
Yeah, I think I've been there a couple times. One of my favorites, just probably because it's so close to us. Well, it used to be Pat and Mike's over at Hortop and Roslyn, but they've closed down a long time ago. But I like going over to Schooners right here at King and Town Line, in where Circle K is. That's one of my favorite go-to spots, and I love fish and chips. I really do. I shouldn't eat the chips, but every once in a while you got to be sinful and go for it. Oh, and Bill, I forgot to mention, in case you really didn't know where Barnaby's is, it's just east of Town Line in King, and in where the Royal Bank Plaza is. VA3 TPS, Steve. Oh, no, sorry. I can't miss Grant. Otherwise, I'll never hear the end of it. VA3 KJI Grant.
Yeah, no problem if you miss me tonight, Laird. My wife is doing a Zoom card game meeting, so I have to go Zoom bomb it. I have to decide what I'm going to wear. There probably won't be much, right? And get the old girls all giggling. As far as good places to eat, it's funny you mentioned it. We just ordered pickup from my favorite pub in Newcastle called Snug. It's just an awesome place for those of you who haven't been there. And he does tours of Ireland and Scotland. We've been on both of those over the past few years. Obviously, this year's a wash. So anyway, back to you, Laird.
Okay, very good. Yeah, maybe we'll have to put together a special section on the VE3OSH website page just for you need to dine here, and list all these restaurants that we're going to be chatting about tonight. Very good. So we'll have to definitely try that one out. Newcastle's a nice little place. I like Newcastle. I wish it wasn't so expensive to own a house over that way. But maybe someday I'll get out living that way further. Anyways, VA3 TPS, Steve.
Well, good evening, Laird, and everybody on frequency. Well, we're having a great day today outside here in the sun, a little cool, but get some stuff done, enjoying it. Then my wife decided to ask me to help her put together some kind of a baby bounty bed toy thing that we have for the daughter and the grandson. Well, I'll tell you, you're talking about frustrating. It drove us about 2.5 hours later, and about 6 YouTube videos, we finally figured it out. I had a better time playing my ground radios, calling through the bush and putting them out than I did putting this silly thing together. But we got it together, and hopefully he won't fall out of it the first time we put him in it. Back to you, Laird.
That's awesome. For some reason, I got the picture in my mind of Red Green doing this. Very good, Steve. And as long as you had 3 or more leftover pieces, then you did it perfectly. If you didn't have any leftover, then yeah, you didn't do it right, and you better tear it apart and try it again. Hi. Yeah, it's amazing. They can send a man to the moon, but some of these things that you have to put together on your own are just mind-boggling. Very good. Glad you had a good afternoon, Steve. VE3 VGJ Joe.
Good evening, Laird, and everybody on frequency. Yeah, long day today, so I'm going to be a little bit lazy. Don't have much to say tonight. I hope I make it around for your second round. And didn't get off to the repatriation there. I just got back and had no energy, but I did watch it streaming there. And I watched them at Trenton and that. So, yeah, it's a sad thing. Anyway, yeah, as far as food goes, it's funny, my little fish and chip store reopened yesterday, I guess it was. So I had fish and chips tonight, and I always enjoy a little spot down on the main street there in Beaumont. I'll always enjoy it there. And one other thing I like every once in a while, we're talking about food and that.
Don't say liver.
Liver and onions.
Oh, you
I
said
always
it.
like to go there. For some reason, I always seem to really enjoy their liver and onions location. Maybe once every couple months or so.
Oh.
Back to you there, Liz.
Oh, did you see my reaction on YouTube, Joe? When you said that you had something else that you liked, I immediately said, don't say liver, don't say liver. And then you said liver. And I just about passed out. Anyways, very good. Yeah, that little fish and chip place is good. I think you and I have been in there a time or two. And I'm glad it reopened. That's the one where someone decided to try to make it a drive-through, right?
Yeah, Roger on that. They got the store beside it, to the right of it, when you're facing it, and then push the wall into the left side of it. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, and one other thing there too. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, making pickled eggs. I had the first one out of the batch there last night, and man, was it ever nice. Changed the mixture up a little bit and really enjoyed it. Going to stick with that one for a while. Back to you.
Oh, all I can say is thank goodness for COVID-19. I can't get over there to try one right now, Joe. Excellent. Glad you're able to get the first round done. And who knows, maybe I will try half of one sometime and see how it goes. VE3 CWR, Gerard.
Yeah, good evening, Noel. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I got the fireplace painted today. I forget the kind of paint it was now. It's a white paint. What do they call it? Anyway, there's a special name for it, but it looks really good. And I got it done. Took me a while. It was. I didn't think I could do it. I had to have a hard time getting down, but I got down low enough and got it done. Got the tape on and whatnot. And yeah, Bowmanville restaurant, I like their hot hamburger sandwiches. And Barnaby's, I like Barnaby's, their Reuben and their corned beef sandwich. And when they see me, they give me extra pickles. The lady there, she knows me. Well, you know that, Laird, when we go over there for supper on ham night there. Anyway, not too much more to add here. Just relaxing now after a hard day's work. Hi. It took me about 4 hours to do the fireplace, but you got to be awful careful, and I have to tape it now. I always used to do things freehand, but I can't do that anymore. I have a hard time holding the paintbrush, so my wife poured the paint and got everything ready, and all I had to do was just do it. But I have to use the tape now. My hands are really bad. When I send CW, I have to send it with the back of my hand because I can't feel anything any other way. So anyway, everything's good. We're having a good as can be expected time here. V3 CWR, back to net.
Excellent. Well, glad you were able to get a few little things done around the house there, Gerard. And yeah, I've only been to Bowmanville restaurant I think once, so I'm gonna have to go back there and try the hot hamburger sandwich at some point. I know you guys go there for breakfast quite often on the weekends, so that may be an option too. So excellent and good. I'm glad to hear you had fun painting. I was going to make a smart comment like your wife had to put a number on each of the bricks so you know how to do it, but I won't go there. I remember those paint by number kits we used to get when we were kids. Well, let's see. Who's next on the list? William, VA3 WBZ. Good evening.
Good evening, Laird, and all of us on net. William. Gerard, it's little things about Gerard there. Painting your fireplace. Henny, my wife, you met her, I believe. She painted ours as well, and she did a pretty good job on it.
she doesn't have your issues that you have for painting and all that stuff. She's able to go and do a pretty decent job back when we did the kitchen and all that stuff. Put that in too. And another note, I've been talking about this little generator that I've got.
Yeah.
It's got an iron horse motor onto it, and I got it fired up today. I had to replace the ignition system on the coil, the points, and the condenser. All three had to be replaced. The coil was dead. I'm going to save the old coil because I want to take it apart and find out what's wrong with it and where it shorted out or what's wrong with it. And the next step is to take the motor off the base, clean it all up, and then get it painted, put the motor back onto it, clean that all up, paint it as well. And maybe by end of this month or into June, I should have this whole set running the way it's supposed to. So that's my steps on that so far today, and I've done pretty good work onto it. And I think tomorrow, though, we'll be taking the motor off the base, like I said, just to repeat myself, start cleaning that up as well, getting it ready for paint. Roadkill Restaurant. Roadkill Restaurant. Sounds like roast pasta or something like that would be okay for that one there. Along with a little bit of, who said the squirrel on the stick? That's a good one too. Okay, back to you, Laird. I'm going to listen for a little bit.
Yes, that's Jeff, one of our shortwave listeners. Every night on the Rag Chew, he gets on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, and he opens up a virtual bar and grill for us. And he has specials every night. So Wednesdays is roadkill night. So that's what that's all about. And guys, cozy up to the bar and get a virtual beverage and something to eat and enjoy the Rag Chew. So that's what that's all about. Just something for good fun and something that Jeff started and it's caught on and all the guys love it. So keep up the good work, Jeff. And don't worry, we won't put you out of business. William, I was going to ask you, where do you find parts for a World War II era generator?
By finding other people who have them and are junking them or either salvaging for parts and stuff like that. There's a few around, but not many. Fortunately, I have sources on the ignition parts for the engine, which is Iron Horse. And they were made, as you know, in Peterborough for decades until they were bought up by, I can't remember who bought them up now, one of the marine companies or something like that. And for Jeff, how about having some pictures for the roadkill menu, okay? Now, that would be pretty cool, I think. We think pictures of roadkill for the menu. Fortunately, too, on the generator, though, mine looks to be in pretty good shape, very little wear on it, so I think it's going to be good to go once I get the motor that's all back together.
Excellent. Well, that's a very interesting sounding project you've got going there, Robert. And just letting you guys know, let's see. We have a few more people checking in on YouTube. Oh, there's my buddy Larry, KJ7JFV from Washington State, or is it Oregon? No, I think it's Washington. And I always say it wrong, but I think it's Anacortes. But, Larry was saying he remembers the fish and chip shack at Town Line in King and Oshawa in the small plaza. Yep, Larry, it's funny you mentioned that because about, probably when we first opened the net, I mentioned that Schooner Fish and Chips. And it's still there, and I still go there. They still give you a ton of fries, although I try not to eat them all because I just don't need a lot of fries anymore. But the fish is still as greasy as always, but yummy. So they did some renovations lately, Larry, and maybe I'll take some pictures next time I'm up at the booth, as we all affectionately call it by. And let's see. Bob Bell's online, and with that, we will go to the next guy in line on the radio, Jimmy, VE3SOI.
Hey, Laird, and good evening to everybody on Frequency. About food, Joe introduced me to liver and onions. That I had it at Barnaby's, and it's nice to have the liver fries somewhere else other than your home. And then in terms of what I did today, I thank CWR Gerard for providing me a General Electric Musiphone. I got that working and just have to order output tube, 35C5. There was a 50C5 in it, so I meant all the filaments were 15 volts lower. So that's working, and replaced the electrolytic capacitors in the power supply. And other than that, nothing else to add. Back to you, Laird.
Okay, Jimmy. Well, if you're on YouTube tonight by any chance, I've been highlighting some of the treasures that a certain person gave me on the weekend. A couple nights ago, I showed off one of the antennas, which is sitting right here over my shoulder next to my HF rig. And last night I showed off one of the old North Shore Amateur name badge, and tonight I showed off the CRRL badge, which is obviously now defunct. So just look at the beginning of the videos online, and you'll see them up in the banner. And very good, Jimmy. And sounds like you've been having a boring day just playing with radio stuff and electronics, man. We got to break that habit on you, hi. VA3 BTQ, Jackie, good evening.
Hello.
Uh-oh, we heard hello, and I hope Jackie's battery didn't go dead. And just letting, while I'm taking this little break here, if anybody's on YouTube, just letting you know that YouTube sometimes hangs up on us during the night. It must be really busy this time of day. If it does, one of the guys will text me and let me know that it's frozen, and I'll just end the stream and start another one. So give it about 2 or 3 minutes and come back in, and we just pick up right where we left off on the stream. Jackie, is your radio okay?
Hi, Laird. It's Jackie. No, I just took my finger off the button, which was terrible of me. Are you receiving me?
Oh, yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, I had an interesting day because Vic sent me a picture of a horse all decked out with an aerial, battery packs, and I can't see radios and everything else on it. Beautiful looking equipment and horse. Other than that, we did our usual horsey stuff and Scamp's walk, and Scamp's almost asleep. Take care. Over.
Yeah, I dare say that if you took us for that same walk that you take Scamp on, none of us would be here right now. We'd all be sound asleep. Hi. Very good. Yes, that horse outfit was quite the thing, and I guess they set the bar a bit high, but I think we can overcome that and rig something up even better for you. So we still want to do the equestrian mobile with you in charge of the horse here, Jackie. Let's see, who's next? VE3 SAA, Percy, good evening.
Good evening, Laird. Nice to hear your voice. Sorry I couldn't check in the last couple of days. I had some company, and it's kind of difficult to have company and entertain them also. Not too bad. I got my oldest son listening tonight. He was a little curious as to what we do with radios, and I got him hooked up there, so that could have been a nice thing for to do tonight. His son's, yeah, his name is Dave Reynolds. He calls himself Dave Reynolds, and he works in the WHAK he's out in Windham. He does the morning show out there. Pretty interesting too. He gets up pretty early and walks across the street, and away he goes to work at CKNX is the radio station. I got that right. I don't know whether there's anybody that can hear him in our group, but if they do, that's what he does, and it's quite interesting. And he's in for a pretty big deal on food. He collects food once a year for the needy. He usually ends up filling usually three tractor trailers of food for people. So he does that for a hobby. The kids love him. They just go crazy when they see him. They want him, hug him, and so forth. So anyway, he's out there listening, and he wanted to know what we were doing. So that's a little bit of it. There you go.
Well, that sounds really good, Percy, and very good on him for being responsible for getting 3 tractor trailers loads of food. That's amazing. And Dave, if you are out there and you have access to a computer right now, you can go onto YouTube and just look up my call sign, which is VE3. So that's Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra, VE3 LKS. And you'll find our YouTube channel, and we stream it live every night. And if you actually have a YouTube account, it doesn't cost anything to have one, but if you have one, you'll see a whole bunch of comments over on the right hand side too, where guys are chatting amongst themselves while the rag chew is going on. So welcome, and hope you enjoy it tonight. We're basically doing this rag chew just sort of to break the monotony and the boredom of the COVID-19. When it first broke out, we used to only do our rag chew once a week on a Tuesday night, but we decided that when everyone got more or less told to stay home, don't go out, well, you can go outside, but I mean, like, don't meet with other people, that we would start doing this every night just so everyone has a social outlet, and especially for those who may not have anyone else closer to them in the community. It just gives everyone a chance to have someone else to chat with, and we've been having a lot of fun. So Dave, if you are there on YouTube, check us out, and I'd be interested to get your email address. I can give you some more information about our club and stuff. Very good, Percy, and I should get your email sometime too, Percy, and follow up with you on that too. So I'm just going to drop you here for a second. Oh, good. I didn't time it out. All the guys are always hoping that I do. Yeah, you need to get your information. And I think as far as his radio station, Percy, most of them stream on the internet now. So we'll get the call sign again next time around. And that way we can go to our computers and hopefully be able to stream it and listen to them in the morning. Sounds good, Percy. Thanks for joining us this evening. And no worries about not being on previous nights. Hey, when you've got company, they're number one. So we'll take a back seat to that any night. VE3 IGX, Cam.
Good evening, Laird, and everyone on frequency. Haven't been doing too much. I've been out cutting the lawn and doing some trimming. And I had an email from RAC about the Amateur Day certificates for April the 18th. They're hoping to start getting them, having them ready to be downloaded on this Friday. And it's been so long. I'm getting such good mileage with my truck, and it's been so long since I filled the tank up, I can't remember. So I went out today and I put some stabilizer in it just to summarize it in case it starts going bad. So we'll give it on back to you, Laird. E3 LKS, E3 IGX.
Oh my goodness, Cam, I love your sense of humor. That's great. Yeah, it's almost worth going to Costco and buying a bunch of those jerry cans that they have. I think you get a 2-pack for like $25 and filling them up with gas, because the first time that gas goes back up, they'll pay for themselves and you'll still have gas. So yeah, it's crazy, the price of gas right now. And I'm in the same boat. I think I filled up about 2.5 weeks ago, and you just don't, when you're not driving, you don't use it. So it's maybe I'll have to get some of that stabilizer. I did look out my window several times today, Cam, though, and I didn't see you cutting my grass. So I don't know whose grass you're cutting, but for some reason you're not getting down into my neighborhood. So see if you can rectify that tomorrow. VE3 RPN, Scotty.
V3 LKS, V3 RPM. Well, an interesting bunch tonight. Quite a few folks there. Anyway, I think Cam and I and yourself and the rest of us that gather Saturday morning are going to need our muckle lunch there on Saturday morning. It's going to be a wee bit chilly. Maybe even our earmuffs. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, Barnaby's. I know what I do like their big meatballs, but I'll be honest with you, my favorite there is their roast beef, on an open face there sandwich with the gravy and the fries. And you would have talked about fish and chips there at Schooners tonight, you bugger. Now I want to go get some because I like their fish and chips. And Churchill, there's another guy, PD's in trouble. Yeah, but as for liver, VE3TOL there, Tolson in our club, I don't know if some of you probably met him. We go to a pop-up Pickering with the Pickering boys once in a while, and he always says, if you're going to have liver, there's lots of room outside on the porch, and this is even, or out on the patio, and this is even in the wintertime. Anyway, not much else there, buddy. I'll be just hanging in there at V3LKS, V3RPM, and we'll catch you next round.
Okay, very good. Yeah, the problem I'm having tonight is which restaurant would I consider my favorite, because I got so many, man. There's Barnaby's. I like going there for, they got great, what's that Greek dish called? Souvlaki, chicken souvlaki. They got good roast, open-faced hot hamburger sandwich like you and Doug like. I like going to Teddy's, especially in the summertime. I like going to Teddy's for their farmer salad, of all things. You go to a meat-eating carnivore haven, and I order the farmer's salad. For pizza, I love going over to Ajax to a place called Auntie's Recipe. It's on Church Street, just south of Highway 2 in a little strip plaza. You don't go there expecting fast service because they make everything from scratch. But man alive, is that good. I think Doug's been in there and Joe and I have been in there a time or two. But yeah, there's just too many plentiful spots to eat. Let's see, VA3 RTV, you must be home and back inside now.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going on top of someone. And my favourite place to eat is at my home, where my dear wife cooks. And she's right beside me, so I've got to say that.
Yes, I think there was a break in there. I'll get to you in just a second, break. And but what did you happen to pick up tonight, Jeffrey?
Okay, well, the first thing I do is I say to Costa, is there any mistakes? So if there's a mistake, I'll eat that. But if there's no mistakes, which there isn't, usually, I had chicken wrap. He makes it a little special for me because he knows how I like it and puts a little bit of spice in there. And Lois asked for a Reuben sandwich with sauerkraut on the side with rye bread. So that's what I brought home. In any case, on a little bit of a serious note, and I know it's not very often that I'm serious, but I found something on the internet that I didn't know, and I thought I would mention it to on the air because if there's anyone there that would know, then Bob didn't know. Actually, I did talk to him on the phone, so he'd never heard this before. And it's like 2 sentences. It says, often the RF to an audio detector stage runs on the lowest battery voltage, often as low as 22.5 volts. The reason for this is the non-linearity from operation at the lower anode voltage in And
bet
I
he's
thought
trying to
that
pull
was
something
really
over
interesting
on
because
us.
I didn't know that. And they actually have a name for it. The technology is often referred to as a square law detector. So there you go. Isn't that interesting? Back to you, Led.
Okay, very good. Now the question is, how much of that is actually true? Because knowing you use a lot of big terminology and make stuff up that no one's ever heard of. So we'll find out the next go around. That break in there, go ahead.
VE3SA, sorry about that, old man. My son, he's having trouble getting that information you give him, so can you try one more time?
Sure, Percy. Let's see. I thought I had it written down here somewhere. It's my call sign is VE3. That's Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra LKS. And somewhere around here, I've got a piece of paper with it written on that I flash up on the screen once in a while. But of course, I can't come across it at the moment. It never fails, eh? But I will, when I find it, I'll flash it up on the screen again. And all he has to do is go to YouTube and then put in my call sign in the search, and he will see our live stream for this evening.
Okay, old man, good stuff. Well, maybe after the net I'll get Terry to jump back on frequency, and he'll help me out anyway, so I know that that'll work. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yep, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, we are at the bottom of the list, so we'll take this opportunity to welcome anybody who wants to join us this evening. If you want to add another bean to the pot, jump into the conversations that we're having, now's your opportunity. This is Laird, VE3LKS.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Alpha Hotel. VE3, IRB.
Okay, I'll tell you what I think I heard. VA3 BAH Brian, VE3 IRB Robert, and VA6 all the way from Alberta Mike. Was there anybody else in there? Okay, nothing heard. So we will go back up to Brian then. And Brian, we're the topic of the evening. Well, it's Wide Open Wednesdays. And that's because Jeff at the Virtual Bar and Grill on YouTube has got the Roadkill Cafe tonight. So we're doing Wide Open Wednesday. You can talk about anything you want, but a lot of the guys have been mentioning their favorite restaurant and what they'd like to eat there. So take it away, Brian.
Well, good evening, Laird, and to everyone else on that. Thanks for letting me add a bean to the pot. Yes, I've been listening, and, I used to live in Bowmanville up at Liberty in the Third Concession, and I've heard you talking, or maybe it was Joe talking about a fish and chip place on the main drag, and I'm trying to remember, I'm going back 15 years ago. I don't remember one. I remember Hank's, of course, and the fish and chip truck in the empty lot at the southwest corner of Liberty and number 2. But I don't remember another place. But just a little nostalgia, if you remember the Fifth Wheel, they had great liver and onions once upon a time. But unfortunately they changed ownership, and over time the quality of the food deteriorated, in my humble opinion. But they had great breakfasts as well. And on that, back to you with Rag Chew Control.
Yes, actually had many good breakfasts in there at the Fifth Wheel. A buddy of mine and I, who lives in Bowenville, we used to meet up there once in a while on my way to work and have breakfast. So it was always fun going in there. It's no longer in existence. They bulldozed it, and I don't know. I think they sold the land because they would probably get a lot more for the land than what they were making. So that's what happened there. And liver and onions. What is wrong with you people? Yes, you people, the liver and onions people. Anyways, VE3IRB, Robert.
For you. VE3IRB. Well, two of my favorite places to go to eat is Branch 43 of the Legion. I usually have fish and chips there, but sometimes liver and onions.
Oh.
And the other place is the Club Lorelei, the German club. And there I have the rainbow trout there. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going for schnitzel. Legion is closed right now, but Club Lorelei is doing takeout on Thursday. You have to order a day ahead. Barnaby's Fish and Chips. Fish and Chips in Bowmanville on the north side in that plaza where somebody drove in. Or there is that restaurant on the south side I've used a couple of times. I think I just had a hamburger there last time I was there. I forget the name of it, but it's been around forever. Back to you.
Tonight, that and the Schooner Fish and Chips here in Oshawa is doing pretty good. And I'm just flashing up on the screen, if anyone's on YouTube, our Facebook page and our ve3osh.com, our web page. And if you're looking for us on YouTube, it's, I guess I can't flash that up because if I flash that up, well, if I flash this up, well, you're already here. So you know how to get there. It's Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra. And let's see, VA6 HEM Mike.
VE3LKS from the group, VA6 HEM here, Mike. Really not much going on this way. Did get your email there, and thank you. Like I said, I'm the same way, kind of a visual guy. So, a nice layout. And if you had a tower up a little bit higher, I was looking at your picture there. Too bad you couldn't go and go over to the tree to the back fence. But I'm not sure how high that tower is to the house. But either way, and for takeouts, or not really takeouts, but for places to go to, I love the old spaghetti factory. I'm a pasta guy. I love the pastas and seafood as well. So and fish and chips. But there you go. That's me. I'll send it back to you, Larry.
Okay, very good. Yeah, the old spaghetti factory. I like pastas. Pastas don't like me. I like pastas. Pastas don't like me. And a place I used to like, and we mentioned this the other night too when we were talking about organs, actually, was the organ grinder. But I don't think it's no longer in existence in Toronto, but that was always just a place to go. Having all the music all around you, and it was really entertaining. And very good. So I'm just going to take a quick standby here, guys, and see if there's anybody else that wants to join the Rag Chew before we head back up to the top again. If so, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. We've got 17 check-ins on the radio tonight, and we have we got 4 more on YouTube. So that's great. We're up to 21 check-ins, and it's not always the numbers. It's just the fun of getting together with a bunch of friends and enjoying the evening, and hopefully taking away some of the monotony of this COVID-19 quarantine, or whatever you want to call it. Let's see, VA3 DCE, Doug.
Oh, good evening again, Laird. I was kind of hoping that Alex, VA3AMP, would be on tonight, but I haven't heard him. I've got a package of venison sausage that's going to be suppers for the next couple of nights, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's really well made, and I know Alex would really have appreciated it. But anyway, I'll just leave you with that thought, and wish you sub 3, and turn it back to you.
Ooh, no, I missed what kind of sausage that was. Did you say that was venison?
Venison sausage, Bambi and family.
Nice, nice, very nice. Well, the fruits of all your hunting, Doug, and all that time sleeping, hunting in the bush, finally paid off for you this year. That's great. And there's something about having something that's fresh too. Not that that's necessarily fresh right now, but knowing that where it came from and it has that nice gamey taste. Beef is okay, but when you can get stuff that's almost like free range like that is, there's so much more flavor to it. VE3 CRU, Bill.
Okay, VE3CRU, hey, I got the perfect thing for you too, Laird. By going to Teddy's for liver, unlike other places, you don't just take it the way they serve it. They give you a choice. You can have it cooked medium, you can have it cooked well, so you don't get it like leather if that's the way you like it. And so, yes, I do enjoy Teddy's for liver. Now, as far as restaurants, since we got so many that seem to be down Line Road, King Street. Last Thanksgiving, I was starving for food. I was chatting with VETLIZ. We went looking for places. I don't know if Teddy's was closed or what, but there was hardly a place open. Now, we got out to Town Line Road and King Street. There's a plaza on the northwest side, and there's a pub in it that they were open. They had two things stationed for the day. You could have a full turkey dinner, or you could have a prime rib dinner. Well, I took the turkey dinner, and I can't remember what Glenn had. It was delicious. And at first when he said Barnaby's, I thought that was it. Obviously not. But I would tend to say, because we did go east first, that Barnaby's must have been closed on that day. But yes, I'll have to try Barnaby's. So one thing for Doug, VA3DCE, who got himself a new 3-element beam, move his signal by changing the coax. The coax he is using right now is RG8X, which is an improvement over RG58. But with what he's using now, with 5 watts in, he's getting 3.04 watts out, and a loss of 2.161 dB, or 40% signal loss going out, and 40% signal loss coming in. If he changed to LMR 400, which is a much better quality cable, the weight dielectric makes a difference, he would get 4.311 watts out, a considerable improvement, and he would have a loss of about 10% instead of 40% in and out, which makes a huge difference. So they say, there's your recommendation, Doug. Most of my LMR 400 is terminated with end connectors on it, but I do have some with PL on it if you can get at your antenna easy. Back to that.
Okay, very good, Bill. And what's with you guys and liver and onions? I just don't understand it. Do you understand what the liver does in the body? It's the filter. Enough said. You guys are giving me the heebie-jeebies. VA3 KJI Grant. And how's that strip poker game going?
I did my business, so I don't know if I made their day or ruined their day, but I did my semi-nude walkthrough like I always do. So I think I got a few boos, so things are normal. Hey, and I heard you guys talking about Teddy's. Absolutely. Hot hamburger sandwich from Teddy's truck stop special, That's fantastic. About once a year is all the cardiovascular system can handle, but I love it. My wife always goes for the turkey, and my youngest daughter goes for the spaghetti, which, as anybody knows, for 99 cents you can get enough spaghetti to last a month, but $15 at a restaurant, but she doesn't care that as long as I'm paying. We talked about the Snug and the fish and chip place in Bowenville. Yeah, it's across the street. That's Captain somebody, isn't it? Across the street from where Hank's is, and then Teddy's Fries is on the corner. I heard one guy mention. Yeah, they're still there. They've expanded the trailer quite nicely, as you may or may not know. Back to you, Larry.
Corner of been several incarnations of a restaurant over the years. I think it's been like about 7 different restaurants in there, but it's right next to Walmart. and it's right at the corner, sort of facing out onto King Street. That plaza sort of.
Okay, Laird, well, this is a very interesting conversation we got going tonight. Hi. But I have to agree with you, Laird, on delivering onions. I would figure you might as well take the snow off your shoes, throw it in the fire pan, and cook her up, and probably taste it. And out here in sunny Salem Falls.
Excellent, Steve. And just sort of curiosity.
Well, we have to just call me the dean here if you're into local history either, but that's about it here. I mean, we've got lots of restaurants. I don't know if they'll be open this summer, but that's about it.